Hey everyone, it's Byron again, here to testify for Jesus Christ. I'm going to share an occurrence that happened with me yesterday. I was actually getting into the shower when a thought came upon me. A little background note about getting in the shower, and I'll put the verse up here. But there's a verse in the Bible where a portion of that verse says, the washing of the water by the word. And several times the Lord has spoken to me while I was getting into the shower, going into the bathroom, something like that. Yesterday, just as I got into the bathroom, the the thought or the spiritual prompting came to me that the God of my understanding is not Jehovah. And for some of you that maybe haven't been into a 12-step program such as Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous or something like that, you'll this may not have a meaning to you, but if you've ever been thankful that someone in your family may go and get help, this should have a meaning to you. And here's the meaning. In the 12-step programs, they consistently talk about the God of my understanding. Now, if you think about that for a little while, you would come to the conclusion, if I understand God, then I honestly don't know what to say after that. Because God's ways are not our ways. I want to read a portion of Scripture here from the Old Testament to support this. But if you have a program, such as the Alcoholics Anonymous or something like that, telling a person to believe or God as I understand Him or the God of my understanding, what they're actually telling you is the God of self. They're not pointing you to the Jehovah, the creator of the universe, the God that His ways are not our way. They're pointing you to the God of self. And let me read this from Isaiah 55. I'm going to start in verse 6. And it says, Seek ye the Lord while He may be found. Call ye upon Him while He is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. And let him return unto the Lord, and He will have mercy upon him. And to our God, for He will abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. And that's the verse that I really wanted to get to. For my thoughts are not your thoughts. So if you're in that situation where someone is teaching you the God of your understanding, if Jehovah, the God that created the universe, the one that preserved the Bible, thoughts are not our thoughts, He can't be the God of our understanding. A couple personal testimonies there. When I was in Alcoholics Anonymous, I heard all these people talking about the God of their understanding. And one day I just asked a question. I don't know why I asked this question. Should have known better, because it was back in the early days of my really seeking the Lord. I just said, who is the God of Alcoholics Anonymous? And nobody answered the question. But now looking back, I can tell you who the God of Alcoholics Anonymous is. And I can do that pretty much by symbols. The triangle, you see the AA and the triangle, you see it outside the classes. Well, that triangle is showing the hierarchy or the New World Order. That this is just one portion of the total hierarchy, the AA inside the triangle. Now, those that are in the New World Order, those that are running it, especially at the top, Blavatsky talked about the hierarchy, and there's many different functions. The guy that started the Illuminati, Weishaupt, he also talked about the different portions of the hierarchy. At the top levels, they know who that God is. At the bottom levels, they're kind of like maybe worker bees. They just work within the hierarchy. Ultimately, they're going to find out that God is Lucifer. They consider him the light bearer. One of the times you hear one of the presidents, one of the Bush presidents, say 1,000 points of light. They're talking about Lucifer. Well, from a Christian perspective, Lucifer was created by Jehovah, by God. So in a Christian perspective, you are worshiping a God, Jehovah, who created everything. And these people are trying to point you to a lesser light. I'm not even going to say a God, because there is not but one God. Same thing's going on in the world of Islam. They're all pointing you to the old Babylonian type religious system. So you may be there and you may be thinking, well, when I say God, my God is the same God they're talking about, and it's not. I actually sat and watched a man draw a Freemasonry symbol in one of the meetings, and then I just so happened to notice he's one of the ones that would shoot down people that spoke up for Christ. So the deception is here. It is down to the local level. All the nations have been deceived, and you know, we have mothers and fathers that are just, oh, I just hope that he can get to AA so that he can get some help. And you know, I went into AA under mandatory circumstances, spent a little time there, and suddenly realized they're dealing with a whole other God, and I got out. Now, that's not to say that there's not someone that God has sent in to try to point people to the true way, the true life, Jesus Christ. So just wanted to share that. It has importance. It's out there for someone to know, for me to share, because of the nature of what was occurring when I received that. So thank you.